Mic check 1 2.
Mic check 1 2.
This is Charlie Parsons for the Stomping Ground, live on DAZN and powered by Wow Hydrate. Eduardo, you've got a little tan. You've been to Antigua. You flew back on the PJ last night. It's all very impressive.
I mean, it's not as impressive as you.
Go on.
What do you mean, go on?
You've got to elaborate now.
Oh, what, you want me to pick you up?
Yes, basically.
What is going on?
It's a bit
Why
weird.
did the Emirates FA Cup account, which has got 1 million followers, tweet a picture of you at the game? A rare picture of you because you had to escape from Tyson Fury's bottom, where you spend most of your time invested in, right? Oh, Tyson! Oh, you're amazing! Oh, you're amazing! Right? All this stuff has just made me realise how powerful I am.
I knew you'd say that.
Because your entire fame, right?
Fame?
Yes.
Oh, no, never. Please,
Fame.
I hate that word, no.
All right, success. Fame and success, because you have got fame. Like, this is, unfortunately, a reflection of the world that we live in today.
Wow.
Right? But your entire success and fame is based off the fact that you know me, right? And that I have brought you in, like, to interviews and basically giving you airtime. I should actually be taking a percentage now if you actually go on and start becoming a major success and a major financial success. I feel like I should be rewarded for that.
What is a pound note, Edward?
Fucking right. Also, what is that thing you are wearing?
Right, so we have can I just firsthand, we used to have a lot of back and forth, right? And I look back, there was some questionable fits in there. Do you not think as a whole we're donning the nice numerous joints? I'm gonna give them a shout out. They're called numerous, and basically what's in at the minute is these sort of chunkier silhouettes. So that's what we've gone for on the
what size are your feet?
I'm a 9.
Not 9.
I swear to God, they're
3.
9. They're not a, what do you mean they're a 3?
I swear to God, they are a 3.
Can we get them in? Shout out numerous. Nice crepes. And then we've gone for the sort of baggier denim, and then we've gone for a nice little, I don't know if you're aware, if you don't know, get to know, little Billionaire Boys Club.
I know Billionaire Boys Club, but why does it say IC?
So this is the ice cream sub-brand of
Irrelevant
Billionaire Boys.
cock.
Okay, well there could have been a worse C word that you would have
I would
used,
not
so
use
that. Would, no. How
Wouldn't
good
go well down well with Auntie Dawn.
It wouldn't go well.
No,
that's one
no.
of Colm's ones, that.
Yeah, okay.
Not quite on.
So
par with
IC means what?
Ice cream. It's their subsection of the Billionaire Boys Club brand. Out here, little CP company number underneath. Do you know what I was
What's
doing
happened to your hair?
Well, do we like the taper? So we're growing it a little bit. But also, I thought, I don't really know what I'm doing. It needs product. But I'm growing it out, I think, but keeping this bit nice and sort of...
Right.
Yeah. Do you want to know what I was doing yesterday? Probably
not, really.
Not, but
No.
I'm going to tell you anyway. So Songer, who I mentioned to you before...
Oh, rate him, yeah.
You like his music,
Yeah.
don't you? Well, you'll be happy to know that Price of Therapy is dropping next Friday.
One of my favourites.
His new album.
Yeah.
He's on Radio 1 tonight, and he's dropping a new little album.
Oh.
And I'm doing the deep dive sit down with him into his life that's launching with the album.
Wow.
So yesterday I was chilling with him.
What was bigger for him? Him launching his album or getting to have a sit down with you?
Probably the latter.
Yeah.
Yeah, big for him.
I think you've completely lost your mind. No, I think you could, you have to watch yourself here.
Yeah, but you've said this for like 3 years.
Do you know what's so cringe, right, from you? And you've got to stop doing it.
Right, go on.
Your tweets.
What tweet? You
No,
don't
because
even follow me on
mate,
Twitter.
You go like this. You go like, Parsons in the director's box at Man United. Is this really happening? That is so annoying.
Yeah, but it's a bit mad.
Oh my God. Pinch me now. Is this
I didn't
real?
say that.
No, but that's the kind of thing you say.
No,
it's like,
yeah, but,
look at this total madness.
Right, I am.
It doesn't matter.
7.
It's happening.
As you say.
It's happening.
Yes, but I don't know how. I have to
7
process it.
with size 3 feet.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't matter. Like,
very noisy in here.
sorry, mate. We are here before the presser even starts. Anyway, just like you're beyond that stage now. Yeah. Every time I see your tweets,
I had Sir Alex Ferguson on the table next to me.
Yeah, but don't go.
That's not normal.
But don't tweet and go, Sir Alex next to me. Oh my God, splash some water in my face. Is this even happening? Christ.
Bloody hell. It's a bit mad. But you respect it, you're enjoying the stomping ground.
No, as we pointed out in Saudi Arabia, I've no idea what the stomping ground is. What relevance does stomping ground have for what you do? You're not stomping on anything.
No, all right, I'm going to give you the brief that I put together. Bearing in mind, it was a little bit, when I spoke to the guys at DAZN, it was like, right, we're just going to have to get going, and the channel's just going to have to take part on its own, and you're going to have to build momentum. So, like I said, shout out Matty Pezzi, we come up with the name. People have their stomping ground, that could be their office, their house, their gym. I want this channel to be their stomping ground for multi-sport content. And it was a bit of a blag, and we're still blagging.
No. Your whole career is a blag.
Of course.
How, when you don't have any ability...
At what point do you say, you know what, he must be doing something right, because how do you blag...
Yeah, you did. You met me.
Oh, fair enough.
That's what you did right. You met me, and I propelled you to relevance and fame and stardom.
Yeah.
And you just piggybacked off the back of it. And now every time you went into a meeting, every time you went into an interview, every time you meet anyone, they either go, that's the one who Eddie Hearn always brought on the screen, or you start every conversation with, I know Eddie Hearn, I promise you I can get access to him, I can get interviews with him, I know, you know. So obviously, do you think that if you didn't have access to me, you would have got any of these jobs or any of these opportunities?
That's so savage. No, maybe not. But when you're in the environment, oh my God, it's like sink or swim, right? And you've just got to...
Do you know
hopefully
what?
I'm swimming.
I was actually, you know, a lot of it is banter.
Of
but
course.
actually,
Yeah.
if you would never have met me, the only stomping ground you would be doing is down the local boozer in the Cotswolds, right? It's fair to say that I've made your entire life. And actually, I don't mind that. But can we acknowledge it?
Sound. I'll give you a fist bump.
I didn't mean to be but it's actually true.
No, but I'm grateful as well.
So can we talk
for the
about
time
this?
And the access.
If it goes somewhere big, I think I should have a drink.
Fee.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go on to this. What people want to hear about. Although you never know. Smith Zepeda.
Yes.
Great little card. Loving this co-main event, by the way.
Great card. Great. We're going 5 fights on the TV for this one, and 5 50-50 fights. Nico Leviar's first big fight against Merga, 10 rounds eliminator for the English title. Then, which I love, Campbell Hatton against Jimmy Joe Flint. Jimmy Joe, the champion, Central Area title, which Campbell's dad, Ricky, won 25 years ago, the same title. A banger final eliminator for the British title, Troy Williamson against Ishmael Davis, great fight. Sandy Ryan against Terry Harper, all British fight for the world title. And then Dalton Smith against Zepeda. I'm telling you now, this fight for Dalton Smith, bear in mind, and all due respect to Sam Maxwell, who is a very good fighter, the toughest fight that Dalton Smith has had, really, on paper, is Sam Maxwell. I can't tell you how many levels Jose Zepeda is above that. This is a proper world level fight. A massive fight for Dalton Smith on Saturday, and a great card.
Just on Dalton Smith, just for you, does the Azim fight? I know there's been a lot of
We want it because we're very confident about the fight. It's a big fight, does big numbers, sells a lot of tickets, makes good money for Dalton Smith. But I don't know why they're messing around. I think they're going to pull out the fight before Saturday, because the last thing you want is Dalton Smith winning, getting in the ring, and then it becomes even more embarrassing because everybody's watching. But there's nothing wrong with... They don't think Adam Azim is ready for Dalton Smith. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. What is wrong with it is messing around, kind of like trying to hype and trick the public that just come out and say Dalton Smith has beaten Zepeda, hopefully, touch wood, he is world level. We're not world level yet. We'll get there, and then when we do, that's a big fight. And if they just say that and pull out, we're not going to turn around and go, you pulled out the fight. It's not a fucking playground. But at the same time, by messing us around, it makes it worse and worse. So I don't really think they know what they're doing, because what they should just do, they should have done it ages ago, and then actually it's not even a thing. But it's just frustrating. Hopefully, someone can change their mind. Listen, maybe Dalton gets dropped. Maybe he struggles to win on Saturday. Maybe he doesn't even win.
And you think there's more of an incentive?
Yeah, and they look at it and go, actually, we like the fight. Because right now, Shane and Jake and Barry, they know their boxing. And Adam Azim's a very good fighter, but he's not ready for Dalton Smith. But we got to focus on Zepeda, which is a very tough fight.
I was with Tyson Fury, if you're not aware. I'm going to hit you with some quotes.
Really? Got something on your nose?
Banter. But yeah, me and Oleksandr Usyk is the biggest fight of the century. No fight's bigger than that. Let's not forget Usyk beat the other fella, AJ, twice. That puts him way down the ladder, nowhere near.
Massive fight, massive. Nowhere. When I say nowhere near, obviously not as big as Fury, AJ. Come on, anyone. But what a huge fight and a brilliant fight. Like, this is what boxing needs. May 18th, Fury Usyk is just an amazing fight, and it's for the undisputed heavyweight world championship. I cannot wait to watch it. I really hope Tyson Fury wins. I love Oleksandr Usyk and Alex Krasuk, but I really want Tyson Fury to win the fight. And I haven't really made up my mind yet on my pick. But if Fury is Fury, I think he'll win the fight.
Edward, talk me through AJ's frame of mind right now, because I think the plan was you come out and said, look, we're waiting until May the 18th. But is he happy doing that? He's been so active.
He wants. If it was up to him, he'd be fighting again in May.
Okay.
Like, he's buzzing. He's flying. He's in the form of his life. He's loving boxing, loving life. But when you've had 4 fights in 11 months, you can sometimes have one camp too many. But I saw his Instagram today. He's training. He's in the gym, as he always is. And, you know, my advice is, let's see what happens on May the 18th. Let's obviously stay ready in the gym, and let's look to fight the back end of the summer. You know, we want to fight for the undisputed heavyweight world championship, so we're going to do whatever it takes to get there.
Do you think with that the likely outcome probably is, I mean, depending on if Fury wins, everyone seems to be confident that there would be some sort, at least you'd explore the step-aside option, right? But if not, September, they have the Hrgovic fight? They
have a 2-fight deal. Anything can happen in boxing. But the Hrgovic fight's there. Hrgovic will fight in June anyway, because he hasn't boxed obviously since December. And then maybe after that, AJ fights him. Honestly, anything can happen. But we just got to stay ready. We want activity. It's important, and it's done AJ fantastically well.
Edward, what's the situation with the Matchroom Queensbury 5v5? We were expecting weights and sort of some details to be announced on the week, but is it still all systems go?
Yeah, absolutely, all systems go. I did expect it to be dropped at the back end of last week. I've been away for a couple of days. I'm going to catch up with George. It's been filmed, the weights announcement.
Oh, cool.
So we know the weights, and we are working away on our picks for the weights. There will be a press conference. Off the top of my head, I think it's April 15, when His Excellency is, will be over, and all the details will drop there. But someone said to me, "I've heard it's being delayed, or the main event's being delayed." No, I don't know where they heard that from. Is it lurking around the Twitter Spaces or whatever?
Yeah, but they talk, right?
Just slightly. And so I think at the end of the day, from our side, all systems go. Haven't heard anything else, and we've already filmed the weight classes.
We're expecting heavyweight and Hrgovic Dubois. Are you able to give us?
Possibly. I mean, obviously we work with Philip, but there are no fights. Don't forget, we're not talking about the fights. We just have to put our best fight forward. So we're not sitting down with Queensbury saying, right, what fight should we make? We just got to pick our best. We know roughly who they could put forward, but we won't know till they come head to head at the presser. And that's part of the excitement of this kind of format.
There's been some comments about some potential stumbling blocks for Boatsy Yard, and how that if they're going to do it, they need to do it sooner rather than later. I suppose going back into that, whether light heavyweight or not was a thing, or whether you have a future intent of doing it, but either Callum Smith or Craig Richards to fight Anthony Yard. Did you look at exploring that with George?
If light heavyweight comes up as a pick, we're putting forward Craig Richards.
Okay.
So if they put forward Yard, fantastic. If they don't, if they put forward another one of the light heavyweights, no problem. Yard, Boatsy, I know nothing about it. I would think it's a very hard fight to make, because in the current climate, both guys would want an amount of money that, quite honestly, it doesn't generate. So, I don't know. I like the fight. I hope it happens.
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson is a professional sanctioned bout we're hearing, not fully announced yet, with no head guards. Now, first hand, and whether you agree, I'm sure you'll say, but like, it seems like a good spectacle. Dallas Cowboy Stadium, 80,000, something new for Netflix. But when there's a 57-year-old man getting in the ring without a head guard, does it become a little bit concerning?
Yeah, look, I don't want to. It's difficult, because when you give, like, you know my opinion. I've given interviews about it before. But if you say anything negative, you're a hater.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I get the event. I know what people want to see. They want to see freak shows, and that's what it is. It's a freak show. So it will do really well. People will tune in. But it's not for everyone. You know, if you love your boxing, I don't feel... Yeah, I mean, if you grew up watching Mike Tyson and he's one of your greatest fighters of all time, the last thing you want to do is see him get back in the ring at 58 years old and lose to Jake Paul. But, you know, listen, no one knows the value of views better than you. So
is that a slight dig?
Well, that's the truth, isn't it? You know,
views are big though, and views are good. Views are what get people talking.
You know, I think the general consensus from the casual audience is, oh, that's a bit of a freak show. I'll watch that if you love your boxing. But look, who knows what's going to be on the card? Maybe it's a great night of boxing. We'll see.
Will you be watching? You probably will tune in out of intrigue.
What's on the undercard.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Ryan Garcia, crying on Instagram Live, drinking bottles of wine, smoking, and then the next video he's training with Derek James. There's also some real dark stuff that we probably shouldn't touch on. I think also the New York Athletic Commission want to go and run some mental health tests. He's not happy about that. I mean, look, you're a co-promoter, it's a Golden Boy event, but where do you sit with the whole thing?
I think at the end of the day, no one really knows, do they? You have to just rely on the people closest to him. If what we're seeing is real, it's a major concern. If it's trolling, that Oscar says it is, then maybe it's just trolling. But you have to rely on people like his family, like Golden Boy, and like his close friends to make the best decisions and intervene when there is a problem. Not do anything they can to get him into the fight. Do you know what I mean? Like, Derek James is also not a trainer. I mean, I would expect Derek James, if he felt Ryan Garcia was not in the correct physical and mental condition to fight, would pull him out of the fight, or would say, it's not for me. I can't go into this fight, because his reputation's on the line.
Got any inside scoops on the whole?
Not really. I mean, I'm just seeing what you're seeing, which doesn't look good. But then, like you say, then you go and he's training and he's running, and who really knows? You just have to rely on the people close enough to him, people that actually care about him, or supposedly care about him, to make the right decision. For Devin, you know, I spoke to Devin last night or 2 nights ago, and I just said to him, you just got to do what you always do, which is stay professional and stay ready. Because what you don't want to do is in your mind start saying this fight's not happening, and then before you know it, it's fight week, and you know the fights come around. But I think one of the problems is a lot of people who are watching this stuff don't believe the fight is happening.
Canelo, he said that if he fights David Benavidez, he wants 150 to 200 million, and he doesn't add much other than adding 25 pounds on when he gets in the ring. It's the first time we've seen Canelo vocal like this, because there's always been the argument, oh, is Canelo ducking this person, that person? But I think at the minute, the press are very hot-heavy on the whole Benavidez section. Doesn't seem like he wants to entertain it. Is there, I heard a little whisper that could be some Saudi Arabian interest into that fight. I mean,
I've not heard anything about that fight in Saudi Arabia, but who knows? You know, I mean, it's a very big fight. I think that with Saul, excuse my language, but he don't really give a fuck. I mean, he's earned the right to fight whoever he wants. The Benavidez fight is a massive fight, and also Saul knows that Benavidez will put on 25 to 30 pounds when he gets in the ring. He's not going to be a million miles away from 200 pounds in the ring. He's going to have a stone close to on Canelo in fight night. And Sauer will fight anyone. He always has. Don't worry about that. But he also knows that everybody wants that fight. So as a businessman, he's saying, if you want that fight, pay me for it. Sometimes that doesn't always go down well with the fans, but that's where Canelo's at. He's Canelo. So his message to the world is, I will fight Benavidez, but you got to pull up and pay me my money.
It's a lot of money.
So a huge amount of money.
A lot of dough.
And I don't think it's achievable once Benavidez gets paid, but you can't question the value of Canelo Alvarez.
Taylor Catterall postponed. I think Josh has come back to a few naysayers, but like, I suppose from a fan's point of view, a bit annoying, but it's done, it's happening, you're under that sort of impression. Just seen a fight announced, Paddy Donovan against Lewis Ritson, that's a great little fight as well. Yeah,
we've got some really good fights for that undercard. There's a couple of changes to the original plan because some people have to fight in April and they were due to fight on that card, they're now fighting on the next gen card. So yeah, Paddy Donovan against Lewis Ritson, great fight. It's another brilliant fight on that card as well. We've had, I think, 7 requests for refunds. That's it. You know, we gave people the opportunity. If you're busy on May 25th and you bought a ticket for April 27th, it's only fair. The fight is on. Everyone's fired up for it. It's going to be even more spite, and again, great undercard as well.
So we've got a lead sandwich in between sort of the 2 Saudi trips.
Yes.
Very nice. Everything's still all systems are go in terms of Joe Cordina, Kakachi and things like that. Okay, cool. What's going on in the life of Eddie away from boxing and everything? You see the No Passion, No Point has got another season. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
BBC
the podcast is going very well. Got a big product drop filming next Wednesdays. Very exciting. A lot happening with the business. We're making big moves. Darts is absolutely flying. You should actually try and get in front of Luke Littler. No?
We are
you are,
in the process of working on that.
Well, tonight
Can you give a little a prep to Luke?
Yeah, tonight is Premier League darts in Dublin. Wild. Snooker's flying. We're flying. Everything's flying, mate.
Oh, Ronnie interview was flying.
Very good. How many did that do?
Ended up doing like 60, 70k,
okay.
which is decent numbers.
So yeah, just staying fit, staying healthy, and honestly, really looking forward to Saturday night because you will get a cracking night.
Fight Day 5k, is it happening? I've got a slight niggle.
I'm running it, but I'm only running 24 minutes.
Okay.
Something like that.
I don't even know if I'm running it yet, but I'm waiting for the time. We've not had a...
You're doing the marathon
you know,
still,
like
right?
I've got 2 now. So you know Hardest Geezer?
Yeah.
I've not told you this. It's all...
Is he still going?
Yes, so he finishes in 2 weeks and I'm going out to Tunisia to run the final marathon.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So I've got 2 marathons in 2 weeks next month.
On the Stomping Ground?
Yes.
So that you will actually be stomping?
Exactly. And... Oh, no, I can't prep that. I'll tell you afterwards. Also, putting you on the spot. Have you got your phone on you?
Yeah.
Follow me back on Strava.
I don't follow anyone on Strava.
Follow me back on Strava.
I don't follow anyone on Strava.
Follow me back on Strava.
No.
Edward.
What are you going to do about it?
Edward.
No.
Lastly, what was happening in Antigua? Because a PJ to Antigua and back
just
is
strategy. Strategy.
Man said strategy.
Matchroom strategy.
PJ.
That's what we do, baby. Big business.
You're not tired today?
Don't be silly. There's beds on those PJs.
Tell them, General. Eddie Hearn, thank you for speaking to us at the Stomping Ground.